Audio check. Audio check. All right, looks like we're rolling. Good morning. Today is the first day after NFP. It's June the 9th. Opening in 13 minutes. And we got some interesting price action today. First and foremost, opening up the economic calendar. Today we got a French, a Swiss, and a European bank holiday, but USA is still fine. I don't see any red folder news either today or tomorrow, which kind of sucks. High probability days usually happen around red folder. So today is a slightly lower probability day. Looking at Friday, we got some 8:30 red folder. Wednesday, we got some 8:30 CPI. And then Friday, finally, we have some 10 o'clock red folder. So all in all, let's stay nimble and keen here. Doing a pre-open analysis here. This is what I'm seeing. Start here with the daily here. Let's do top-down analysis quickly. So from a daily perspective, on the top left here, we've got price on Thursday rejecting this daily fair value gap. Friday's price action came right back into it. It closed in the upper half, which is interesting. And then today's price action, we'll have to go into the lower time frames, but ultimately it dropped a bit. It hit a intraday fair value gap, and currently it's at its midnight open. Right. So this red line here is where we closed off on Friday. So it's 414's price. And we're going to have a pretty anemic RTH gap for the opening session. So what does that mean? It means that probabilities in the first 20 minutes are a bit lower than usual. And we're going to probably most likely wait till 950 for the macro to take a trade there if one presents itself. Okay. So number one, we got to wait for the right time today, which is pretty clear and obvious. Number two, where can price go? So based on here, my draw, as I mentioned last week, are these relative equal highs on the daily. But my intermediate draw, it's going to be the lower half of this daily fair value gap known as a SIBI, and the very lower half of it, okay? Like the very bottom of it. That's kind of what I'll be targeting. Now let's dive into the 1 hour here. So I've indicated Friday's highs here. Like this is a buy side pool that we're going to target, or that's going to be keen. But what price did ultimately on Friday is we had NFP here at 8 o'clock. It punched up into the upper half of the daily fair value gap. It kind of bounced around between the levels of the daily fair value gap, midpoint, upper, and lower quadrants. Today, when price opened up yesterday on Sunday, created our new week opening gap. So it's something that we're going to be looking at and seeing how price respects it. And what price did is it created this new week opening gap. It collapsed to this blue shaded area, which is hourly fair value gap. You can see how nicely price respected the upper half. It punched back into the new week opening gap. And right now it's interesting because this is kind of what I see here currently. On the 1 hour, it'd be nice for price to continue to at least Friday's highs. But if you look at the 15-minute chart, this is what I'm not liking in longs is we've got the lows from pre-New York, so 7 a.m. not taken. We got London lows not taken. We got Asia lows not taken. So here is a sell side liquidity pool that's just waiting to be hit. It'll be really nice to see price stay at this new week opening gap, collapse lower, take out these levels, and then reverse and go higher. Okay. But ever since the morning at 7 o'clock today, price has been gyrating back and forth in this new week opening gap. I have a new day opening gap here, but these two levels here on the 5-minute bottom right and on the top right are the exact same. So price is definitely, a bit tricky, I think, today. I could see it either expanding lower from here or maintaining this and pushing higher. So going to the 1 minute here, what are some like very short-term levels that price can hit? So we got buy side here, which forms relative equal highs at 828 to 847. This is going to get hit. Okay. We got buy side here as well from the morning session around 737. Here's minor buy side again. And below us, we have also, again, this doesn't look clean at all, but we have relative equal lows here below us and right here below us as well. Okay. So we got a lot of levels both above us and below us to target. And the easiest way to trade something like this is wait for one side to be taken and then we attack the other side. Okay. So we're going to wait for price to do something and then we'll react off of that versus trying to guess the direction that it wants to go. You can see here on the 1 minute, price is respecting the midpoint of this new day opening gap, but then it's cutting right through it and then it's rejecting to the downside, and it essentially went through it multiple times over the last 2 hours. So we want to wait for a bit more here and we want to see what price is going to give us at 9:30. Oh. If any of you traded in the morning session, I think it was very difficult conditions to trade in. This might be post NFP, just chop as well on Monday. But this is where the only time of today that I'm going to be interested in taking a trade. It's going to be from 950 all the way to 1010. So let's indicate it in these little blue lines here. And we are going to stack as much confluence as possible to a trade and a bias. Do you see what it's doing right here, guys? It's creating liquidity. It's engineering liquidity for a later time. And this is going to be ran pretty hard. It might be right after the open, or price might dig lower and then come back to it later. We don't know that still, and we got to wait. But this is definitely, this is engineered buy side. 1, 2, 3, essentially 4 highs that haven't been taken yet. So 5 minutes open. You can see here pre 930 how price is reacting to, and for all of those that are, I guess, new here, there's a lot of green bars here, and you're probably wondering, like, what are these? These are the most important fair value gaps of the last 5 days. Okay. And this kind of gives me an idea of what price is keying off of and where it's essentially accumulating. But what I do right now is in my charts, and these are some older ones here, we can delete these. But I do keep the last 5 days of the 6 a.m., the New York, and the afternoon for first fair value gaps. But for today's session, this is what we're going to be waiting for. Very simple. We're waiting for the first presented fair value gap that happens after 9:30. We're going to see where buy side and sell side is and where it hasn't been taken. If we see a sweep in one direction, I'm going to be looking to target the other side. And ultimately, again, even on the 5 minute here, bottom right, this looks really, really messy. So this is called accumulation, guys. Price is moving sideways and it's going to spring in one direction. Either you're on side or you're off side. Personally, I would love to see price drop first. Take out London and Asia lows, which is not that far away. It's only 80 points away. And then reverse and then start taking the upside. That would be like the ideal day for me. Because I would be more inclined to take longs and shorts just of my higher overall bias on the daily and on the 1 hour on all time frames. But it doesn't mean we can't take shorts if it first takes out this level right here. And look at that. It left this quad top here for us on the 1 minute. We're opening in 2 minutes, minute and a half. I'm gonna be right back, but we will be opening very shortly. All right, I'm back, and let's see what price wants to do. So what it did right off the bat here on the left-hand side is it took sell side. This level right here, this is minor sell side. It almost took buy side, but not quite. Again, it left buy side alone. You can see here on the 5-minute chart, top right. Let's see how close in 4 minutes. It'd be really nice to see it go lower here. Again, my preference is lower first, take out some relative equal lows, some sell side, and then start pushing up. Let's see if this buy side here gets taken. It's very close. See one handle away, pushed away from it again. So far, I'm liking this price action a lot. This is an aggressive candle, man. On the 15-second, price here within this 1 hour candle or this 1 minute candle came back up. It touched the very bottom of the end dog, and then it pushed lower. Again, this is not something that we're trading off of, guys. Yeah, at least not per my strategy or ICTs. where's price going to? So if we look on the bottom right here, we've got relative equal lows here below us. This is from the, so here's the New York low. This is like level 1 here, target for price. Pre-New York low. And then it'd be really nice to see price just continuing to rip lower to London and Asia. I don't know if it's going to get that low personally, but we do want to see what it wants to do to the downside here. Our RTH gap is very small. It's only, I think it's one handle. We still don't have our first presentation today. We do on the 15-second, but I don't trade those anymore. Okay, price went into this area right here, which is 3 first presentation fair value gaps that are just stacked on top of each other. If I zoom in closer, it's essentially Thursday 6 a.m., Thursday's afternoon, and Thursday's first presentation. So we saw a rejection off of it. Price came back up. It's right now just bouncing off of the RTH gap that formed, which is this little green bar here. Or you can see about on the 5-minute here. That's what price is kind of keying off of. Again, nothing clear to trade. We gotta wait for a bit more. But this upside target right here, it's really nice. So hopefully price continues to dig lower, and then we're gonna take the long here. Or the short, depending on how far it is to the targets that it needs to take. But today's no red folder. And we still don't have our first presentation of the day. There is a 6 a.m. first presentation that formed. I don't have it marked here, but it's essentially right here. But it's just stacked with so many other fair value gaps that I just said to myself, I'm just not going to draw it out. So price right now is digging into this very heavy confluence area of first presentation for value gaps. It might close below it in 30 seconds. It might come back up, respect it, and then push lower to at least the first level that we've indicated here, the pre-New York low. This was to be honest, this is a really hard catch just due to this buy side that we have above us. I would never be shorting a market with something like this right above us, because at any moment it can turn and start heading for this buy side. So what we want to see is sell side being taken. There's just a lot of sell side to take. And we have to see when the market may reverse. And once it does, so pre-New York low has been taken. This relative equal low to this one might be taken as well. We have our first presentation of the day, forming any second now. In 42 seconds, if this stays open, this is going to be something that we may be keying off of for the day. So I'm going to start mapping it out. And see, it might close in, to be honest, but let's have it ready to go. We'll make the board a red because it's going to be Monday's first presentation. And this one usually carries the most weight throughout the whole week. Nope. And we don't have a first presentation today. I just closed it in right now. So I'll leave that there. Whenever it forms, we'll have it ready to go. So this is going to be Monday's New York first presentation, 6-9. So price has taken pre-New York low. It's taken this relative equal low here. So it's taking some sell side. We got the macro starting off in 13 minutes. And hopefully we see a reversal, a market structure shift on the 1 minute, and then we take it up the buy side. That's going to be a very, very clean trade to take. It'd be really nice to see London lows taken. Would be great. Oh, hey, Alex, how's it going? Good morning, everyone else. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, feel free to drop a like. I appreciate that. Then hopefully we can pull in some money today. That is the goal. So it's like, this low, this low, this low, and then we got and this level that I'm not liking right now is these New York lows. So on the 5 minute, look at that right there. These are London lows. London lows. We still don't have a first presentation either, which is interesting. We're 8 minutes in with clear targets to the downside. Did I miss a first presentation? No, I didn't. All right, price for sure is hunting these London lows here. So it's probably going to be an aggressive entry for me to take a long once it taps this level right here, okay? So this is what my trade may look like. Something like this. You might have a first presentation right here. In 20 seconds, if this little fair value gap stays open, that's going to be our first presentation. And in 5 seconds, most likely that's it. So keep in mind, this right here it's going to be our bias, and we're going to try to leverage it for the trade here. Would I go short off of this? Technically is, considered a trade, but I'm not. It'd be something like this, like a 3.8 to 1. I don't know if this first rotation will hold for today. That's the issue. It did touch it right now. It already took pre-New York lows, right? So price could start reversing out of this level. It might go lower, but again, like taking a short here is, I'm not in love with it just because we already took the pre-New York lows. Seeing right now on the 15-second chart how price is being respected by it. 2 15-second candles closed below it. The third one right now punched right above it. I'm wondering if this candle right here is going to close within this first presentation. If it does, I may take a quick short. But it's only if in 30 seconds the body of the candle closes within or below this first presentation here. And most likely it's not. 14 seconds. All right, not interested in the short. On the 5 minute, we have a bearish SIBI here. Price is trading into right now. Still no interest of a trade. I do want to see closer to 950 here. I do see price still heading in two directions here. I don't think London's going to be targeted at all on how the 15 minute is going to close with the 1 hour. I do want to see if price wants to get back into this level right here. This fair value gap right here is of interest to me. I liked how it created it. So even though we have the first presentation here, I think something like this might make sense, a 3-to-1. I want to see price go into here and see it being rejected by this 1 minute fair value gap that it created. Price has to show me something. Maybe that should have been the entry there. Let's see if it comes back down. Oh, don't do this to me, price. Give me one more entry here. Come back lower. So this I'm liking right now. This should have been the entry right here. Create a fair value gap after pushing higher from the first presentation. We got buy side above us. Sell side has been taken. The clear draw is above us. I can't take it right now. That's just be silly risk reward. It needs to at least get to this level right here. If it does, I'll buy in. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, New Week opening up has rejected price here. If price pushes lower here, I do want to see it, not just tap it, but I want to see a rejection just because this is a strong level I need to break to get to buy side. So you can see here, every single candle here is painting a story on how this should be traded. On the 5 minute here, you can see the last bullish candle. It closed within this 5 minute SIBI, which is throwing me off as well for longs. Almost on macro time, 4 minutes away. So stars might be aligning here. Trading is all about being patient. You want to jump the gun. Stop should be there. 3 minutes on macro. I like how price got back to this fair value gap, but looking at the 5 minute here, this is not a pretty rejection. In 2 minutes, if it's like this would be, you know, a bearish sign on the 5 minute, regardless of how the 1 minute looks like. I'm gonna place this a trade. Half risk. My stop is right below this fair value gap here. And yeah, nothing crazy. If I'm correct, in a minute and a half, price is just going to rocket to this buy side here. The 5 minute, it should close in the upper half of this fair value gap. That rejection I will like, and that's going to give me more confidence that price is going to get to this level right here. Entry was right there. Okay, macros in 20 seconds. All aboard the profit train. I'm pretty confident it's just going to shoot up from here. I just don't know. I'm gonna do a partial at the quad tops. Sell limit 2, and so I'll have a partial right here of 2, and the rest is going to be right here. And once it hits buy side, stop at break even. Or you know what? I wouldn't want to see price going that low anymore. Anyway, so I'm pulling up my stop loss. My stop loss is sitting below the low of this run right here. Okay. Moving my stop loss right now to break even. Or actually right here. That's where my stop loss is. Stop loss. Then once it tags buy side level 1, that's when I'll move my stop loss to break even, and then I'm aiming for buy side level 2 here. Like if it hits this, it's gonna hit that, right? I don't think it's gonna just stop there. I think it's gonna want to hit 7 a.m. highs as well. I'm just trying to squeeze out a bit more profit here. Anyone take this long? Okay, I'm at break even. Hands off now. Now it's profit or no profit. Oh, okay. This is going to be a partial. I'm doing trend line. This is going to be a 40% partial. And then the remaining 60% is going to run it to all-time highs. I'd be surprised if price just stops right here at the new week opening gap high. It shouldn't. It should, like at this point, because it did all the damage to the downside, It should tag me. There you go. There's $100. And I should see buy side being taken as well. Right above us, hopefully. Left side cam, nice. Yeah, because I was blocking too much stuff on the right side. And I realized on the left side, there's like less important stuff. But Garavit's back. Nice to see him. To be honest, I do have a bit of anxiety here just because this was the main buy side to the upside. But I want to see price keying off of the upper half here. And what I'm going to do with my stop loss is I'm going to bring it up a bit. I'm taking it right now to this low right here. I want to see the new day opening gap, keeping price above it. If it breaks below it, I think I might be hit for a final $25. Come on, price. Give us a bit more here. So this is how my trade looks on the 5-minute. My stop loss. Yep. Hindsight speaking right now, regardless if it hits my target profit, I do wish my full position size was closed out here. I'm just trying to push my boundaries on where my TPs are, because over the last 3 weeks, I've been more right than wrong. I'm going to do a partial outright. Actually, do I do a partial here? See, you don't have a plan. You start hesitating. I'll take out one partial. Okay. There you go. So that was a 60% partial at this point. And now I am okay with price just wicking me out if it needs to. All right. Yeah, I think yeah, we'll see. I think I'm good as well. I don't see price going this low on the 5-minute. And if it does, then day's over. Did anyone take a trade today? I'm curious out of y'all. Come on, price. So right now, price, what is it doing? It's staying in the upper half of his new dog, which I like to see. It dug in, kind of bounced back up looking at the 5 minutes. So far I'm liking this rejection here. And on the 5 minute, like, would it make sense for me to bring up my stop loss? To be honest, there's still one more fair value gap here that price might just dig into one last time. And ultimately, that's where my stop is being protected. I'm just trying to have as much confluence factors as possible. If I do bring it up to here, like, what am I risking? An extra $25, right? Versus 150 if it hits target profit here. So let me just make sure my level's correct. 824.00. So in 2 minutes, if the 5 minute closes like this, I'm going to have even more confidence that it's going to hit buy side, which is essentially right there, 7 a.m. highs. Price right now is consolidating on the upper half of the end dog. Not something that I want to see. But right now, I think it's just a 50-50 shot if it hits buy side or if it takes me at stop. So we shall wait now. I'm ticks away from being taken out here. For some reason on M and Q, price action's a bit different. If this wicks like this and it punches higher, my stop is going right below this wick right here. That forms on the 1 minute. And this is where I get a bit more aggressive on my stop. And I try to squeeze out every penny from the market. So in 8 seconds, this might be the low here if I see price pushing up from here. So stop loss is going to be moved right there. I think this is it, boys and girls. Okay, I'm out. 190 per account. Not bad. Not bad. And that's it, guys. That's the 2.5 to 1 trade that I took today. I managed to squeeze technically 1 point, 190 bucks, which isn't too bad, but all in all, that's how you trade the New York session for Monday, man. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. Alex, Garavage, you guys take any trades today? If you guys are still on. This is unfortunate. If price right now goes to my buy side after taking me out, that would be unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's why you partial. I took a sell and then a buy, bit in the red, sitting on hands for now. Okay. At least you're a bit in the red, not too much in the red. But to be honest, like right now, we're 10-01. Like, where does price want to go next? I really think it's gonna hit this buy side here. And I'm kind of thinking, like, could I have managed to trade better? I don't think so, right? Like, would you have left your, like, any risk on the table after it's essentially 4.5 points away from your target? I personally wouldn't. So, all in all, like, what's price going to do next here? I think it's going to take Friday highs. I think it did the damage. It took out a lot of relative equal lows. It didn't take out London, which is interesting, right? Or Asia. And it might be going for Friday's highs. So, do I want to take another trade? Hell yeah. But there's nothing high probability, I think, right now that can be taken. But all in all, guys, what's price going to do now? It could have. So my prediction, and if I see them clear, I'll trade off of it. But I think price might not even hit this buy side. It took out these relative equal highs here. It might push down lower to what level? It might take London lows out. And if it does, then I think it's going to go a lot lower. But just do keep London lows in mind, even after this rejection. But I just don't see anything else that I can trade or show you guys today. And I'm very hungry, and I've got breakfast here waiting in front of me. Look what I got today. I got this coconut yogurt with these flakes and blackberries. So high on the protein. And I'm pretty sure it's going to taste good. So today, I think price action is done for the morning. There's no high impact news. Price has been moving sideways, technically since we hit buy side. Like it hasn't done much. I feel like this buy side is going to be taken now. If it does, am I going to be slightly triggered? To be honest, I will. Okay, because this is a BS a BS stop hunt before like the final buy side gets taken. But it is what it is. So I think buy side might be taken next. Then once this level gets hidden, like what's the next level after that? I think price needs to find or push higher, find some support, and then take out yesterday's highs. Okay, this is the high probability liquidity for the morning session, or for today in general, Friday's highs. And if it does take that, where is it going to go next? This level right here that I indicated before on the daily. It's going to be 22,047, and that's going to be a daily fair value gap low. That's where price is going to be pushing to next. If we can get there, I wanted to hit midpoint. That's going to be my next target, then the high, and then I'm aiming for the relative equal highs at or on NQ on the daily. So all-time highs. But to get there, we have to go through a lot of levels. Okay. Is there anything you guys want me to review at all? Like any charts, any time frames, anything at all? Right now, there's nothing here on NQ. I'll tell you this right now. There's nothing to trade. And if you're thinking of trading, don't do it. Let's see what gold's doing. I used to trade gold. Still do sometimes. It does really nice pushes right after the open. And by the open, I mean at 7 p.m. So Asia, like it always rallies around Asia. I'll show you guys an example here. This was NFP. I can see here, like price closes on Friday. On Sunday, look at this rally. You always see big candles right after the open. The price most likely here is going to be hitting buy side. But I think, guys, to be honest, We can all wait here. I see this level get hit, which I think it will. And once it does, I think it's going to move sideways. And the question is like, when can I trade? Like, when's the next time I can trade? And to be honest, if price decides to move a lot over the next hour, then I'll say shorts, okay, around 11:30, which is the lunchtime macro. But I don't think that's going to be the case today. And I think the next time I am going to re-enter the market, if anything, it's going to be at 1:30. Okay. So that's going to be the afternoon session. And a very similar matter is I'm going to be looking for lower time frame liquidity. And once that's established, then I'll be taking trade either long or short, hopefully long. Okay. First presentation, fair value gap after 1:30. Use that as a bias. Today was very simple. If I can summarize it today, we waited for sell side to be taken. First presentation was created. We traded past it. A fair value gap got formed after the first presentation. It traded into it once. On the second rejection, we took the long and we took it to buy side. This is my trading model. This is the model that makes me the most money. So very simple, doesn't have to be complicated. This might all look complicated, but that's the model in like 20 words. So hopefully, and bias, I just been hit. There you go. So we got wicked out. That is unfortunate. I would have made an extra maybe $100 on this trade. 150, but it is what it is. So I guess on that note, guys, we'll close today's stream off. Something else. I just don't want to waste your time, guys, or waste your time. If I don't see anything material presenting itself. The next macro is going to be in an hour at 11:50. But today's one and done trade has been done. And on that note, guys, if you enjoyed it, feel free to sub, like, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, 9:15, pre the open. And we're going to try to make a bit more money tomorrow. So take care, guys. Stay safe. And bye for now.